Charlotte Stirling Reed is a nutritionist who works with children and joins me now. Why, Charlotte, do you think in particular that age group of 11 to 15, obesity, being overweight, is on the rise?
Well, that age group's actually a really hard age group to target. You know, generalising a little bit, they have their own priorities, they have their own needs, and unfortunately that just sometimes isn't around nutrition and health.
I mean, they have a bit more freedom as well, of course. If they're going up to high school, you know, they're away from home a bit more than they were when they were, you know, in primary school. Is that where the problems are lying? They're able to choose what they eat?
Yeah, they definitely are developing a lot more independence, so they're able to decide what they want and where they go and what they do, but a lot of that is also instilled from a younger age, and I think that's really important for us to remember, is that what children eat and the patterns of eating behaviour are actually developed at a much younger age often, so it's still important for us to focus a lot of our intervention and attention to the younger ages, as well as focusing on teens too.
And we're seeing that, you know, levels of obesity in the younger age children are sort of plateaued. Hopefully they're about to go down. Is it then too late when kids are over the age of 11 to do something about it?
Not necessarily. I mean, I think absolutely when children are younger, it's a better age to work with, and sometimes they're more easy to adapt, essentially.
To do it from day one?
Yes, absolutely. But that doesn't mean that children get to the age of 11 and they can't make any changes. And in fact, a lot of teenagers do go through a period where they maybe don't eat so well, but then when they come out of their teens, they start to be able to make healthier decisions and choices for themselves as well. So it can work that way too.
You work with a lot of kids, you work with a lot of families. I mean, what kind of tips do you give them to sort of get through those periods where they're not eating so well or they're a bit worried about their weight?
It's really difficult, and it is difficult because they're starting to make their own decisions, as we said earlier, but really I would say it's more about trying to role model. That's absolutely key. So parents showing children what to eat and how to eat, and just allowing them to see it in the house and having the healthy foods available, that's really important.
And on the flip side of that, if you do like a sneaky takeaway or a bar of chocolate, don't do it in front of the kids?
Yeah, or make sure that it's every now and then, because there's no problem with having a takeaway, there's no problem with having a chocolate bar. It's really about how often we're having those things and how often those behaviours become the norm in our family. So it's about doing that, but maybe just keeping it to a minimum.